Okay, so we pulled this brake module controller out and we're going to run it direct because when it was in the machine, if I pressed on the plug and pushed it to the right side of the machine, as long as I was applying pressure to that plug, this thing would function fine. Normally that would make me think that, we have a plug issue, a connection problem in there. We're losing our connection or our power. No matter how much I tried to squeeze the little prongs and connectors, I couldn't get a difference in how this performed, and you really shouldn't have to correct those little pins in the plug a whole lot if something even is wrong. So what we have here is this wire in the corner, that's ground, and then this module needs 4 signals of 12 volt, and that's what those other 4 wires are. The first one is 12 volt constant, it gets it all the time. The next one is to make sure that the PTO is not engaged. That's part of the safeties. So that one, when the PTO is off, it gets voltage. And then the next one is the parking brake safeties. And when the parking brake arms are out, it gives voltage. And then the very last one is just a simple key on voltage. It lets the module know that the key has been turned to the on position on the machine. So we have this all hooked up. We're going to apply our voltage to it, and we want to see it move and function when we put voltage on it. And you can actually hear the relays. That click is the relay that's attempting to actuate, and while the relay might be working, we're not getting a response from the motor and the lever here. And even if we roll this all the way around, we can try it in this position. Same thing. So the weird thing was that when pressing on this plug, I could get this thing to function before. So we're actually going to try that here. Bear with me while I get a reasonable little camera angle here. Alright, so we can see our module. Nothing. Now I'm not pushing on the wires, I'm pushing on the plastic plug on this. So again, voltage, nothing happening. I'm going to push on this plastic plug. Oh, look at that. Having applied force on this plug that goes into this module, I can get this thing to function. But that is not applying force on these wires. These wires are completely connected. So something has failed connection-wise in here. Could have burnt up a little, could have broke in there somewhere. It could have most likely probably a poor manufacturing job considering the age. This machine's roughly a year and a half old. This is an expensive module that should last significantly longer than that. There's no damage to it. Nothing was done to it. It wasn't messed with. It wasn't touched. And it just completely died right after running the what we were thinking was going to be the last test of the machine before we returned it. So unfortunately we are going to have to replace this module, and it's not cheap, but there is no way around this. Well, you can see, you know, 1, 2 screws here and there. This is not a serviceable module. And, you know, even if it was, the fact that the issue is down in here, this is poured rubber in here. You know, they put all the electronics in. Those little black boxes you see back there, those are relays. And then they pour rubber plastic in here to seal all that, you know, because it's generally exposed and they don't want moisture or anything getting in there. So there's no way to get down in there to do anything with the problem. So, you know, our only recourse is to replace it at this point. I